Here we go.
What is happening, people? We are live and
As
in
always.
color. It's week 4. We are heading into week 4 of the fantasy football season, and we are here to answer your start-sit questions. This is
As
how
always.
it's going to work. You guys know
Yep.
the deal by now. We're going to go in order, and super chats will get answered straight away. Badaki, anything that's got you excited today? Any report you want to talk about before we get into it?
What's an exciting report this week for me? No. I guess for me, selfishly, I'm still waiting if Saquon's gonna play. I feel really optimistic that he will.
Okay.
Do I want him to play? I don't know. I'm a little bit like, I don't know, but there's no really big report coming out. Austin Eckler, I have a bunch of Austin Eckler. He practiced.
Yep,
But
that
I
is
don't know
good.
if I also don't know if he should play either because they have a bye week in week 5. I don't want him to re-aggravate and then miss a whole nother
Sure.
2 games. So it's a weird spot right now for me and some of my teams.
Yeah, I get that. All right, gang. Y'all know what we're here to do. We're going to answer your questions. Like we said, if you haven't dropped a like yet, please do us a favor. Go ahead and drop a like on the stream. Just a simple way to support us, and we will go in order. Otherwise, if there's super chats, we'll get to them straight away. All right, the first question is from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Come on. What's up? In a tough matchup here, in a tough situation, would you trade Devonta Smith and Judy for Henry and Pickens? No, I would not.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, you know, Derrick Henry was a guy that I brought as a sell high after week 1, and it had everything to do with, hey, they're not really pounding him on the ground anymore. He's not getting any sort of 30 carry type games. Tajay Spears is heavily involved in obvious passing downs. Tajay Spears is going to be the guy from what we've seen at minimum, and his role could grow. And, you know, took a little heat from saying to sell Henry, but it was the right move so far. It still could be wrong. So I definitely don't want to buy him right now. Like, if that was a different running back, I think you and I would be much more interested.
I think it depends. Yeah, it depends on the running back.
Like, would you do that if it was Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs and Pickens.
I think it depends on your team.
Right.
You know, like I think Devonta Smith is way too valuable right now.
I would definitely
my
do that
opinion.
if it was like Ken Walker, you know.
Yeah, I think like a top 10 running back right now. I would do that 100%.
Yeah.
But you know, I think even players that are in question, like a Josh Jacobs, who we love and we telling you to buy as well. I think Devonta Smith is too big of a price, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
Not sure
am
about you.
with you. What's up, Patrick Mahomes? Welcome to the stream, my man. Get ready for a dominant win on Sunday night versus the Jets.
The New York Football Jets, huh?
Yeah, what's up? He says, was able to nab Zach Charbonnet off waivers. Like
Okay,
you said, now
awesome.
my bench is looking nice. I love that. What's up,
awesome,
Macy? Welcome in, my man. Macy's
How
an
you doing?
OG. Shout out to him. Longtime supporter. PPR start 1. Addison, Moss, Rashad White, or Judy. We have to start one of these players. And I know it's going to sound absolutely insane, but the answer is Zach Moss for me. I brought Zach Moss as a sell high in today's video, but as of right now, there is no Jonathan Taylor. Evan Hull is not a problem yet. Right now, today, we're talking about a guy who just saw 33 opportunities last week. I'll go Zach Moss there.
Yeah, this one's interesting. He's playing against the Rams. The Rams I feel like they were holding it off with Joe Mixon until he got into the end zone there. I feel like if Mixon didn't have that game, he wouldn't have that touchdown, would have had a terrible game. I think I'm going to be going Jordan Addison here. I think he has a great matchup against the Panthers. I think it's a bit skewed, as we said. Panthers give the 3rd least amount of fantasy points to the wide receiver position. So give me Jordan Addison here. He keeps opening up week in and week out.
I hear you. Addison's my guy. I just like when someone touches the ball 33 times, that person cannot be on my bench personally.
I hear you.
But I hear you.
I
We
hear you.
do have a super chat, so thank you, Pixo, for the super chat. We'll get to your question straight away here. Trade Ramondre for Mixon. Ramondre for Mixon. This is like going from a piece of bread to a hot dog bread. Like it's almost the same thing, right? I mean, you could technically take a hot dog bun, spread it out, and put some peanut butter jelly on both sides. You could also do the same thing with regular bread. I mean, that's what we're talking about here, right? I mean, I feel like it's the same option. But I guess I would slightly lean Mixon if I had to choose.
Yeah, if I had to choose, I'll go Mixon as well. Yeah, give me Mixon.
All right. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Another one from Macy. Start one. Sanders, Ford, Thielen, Elijah Moore. I think Bryce Young is back from what we've heard. He practiced in full today. That would move Thielen down my rankings for this week. And I would lean Miles Sanders here, I believe, with the options given. Currently,
I'm Miles Sanders as well.
Sorry to interrupt there. Currently, no one has more targets on the running back position than Miles Sanders. Isn't that crazy?
That's what you want to see. That's what we were expecting coming in.
Well, we weren't expecting him to. Let's be honest. We weren't expecting him to do that.
Sorry, we weren't expecting him to do that. But what I'm saying, like, he was going to be bouncing back and getting these targets that we saw his rookie year. That's what I mean by expecting
100%.
that. Yeah. So
Ham.
Start 2-2 at will or A chain at flex. Also, so let's start there. I think we've seen more with 2-2 that I feel more comfortable starting him over A chain.
Achane, man. Remember?
Achane. Sorry, I mean Devon.
Devon. Oh God, that name.
This is just gonna be hell for the rest of his career now, for the rest of my career, as long as he's a football player. I'm going 2-2 here, just because we've seen more consistency with him. I know what we saw from Devon this past week was amazing. Not saying he can't do that again, but I think we need to bounce back and say, you know what, that's not an unrealistic expectation. Where 2-2 had 2 back-to-back games where we saw it's like, okay, he's getting the targets, he's being utilized in the air in the end zone as well. I mean, 9 targets in the past 2 games.
Yeah.
So give me 2-2.
He's looking very good. He goes up against the Colts, 7th best matchup for wide receivers. So yeah, I'll rock with you there. Ian, what is up, my man? PPR, do we like Aaron Jones over Mixon rest of year? I have trade options for Mixon for a good pick in Dynasty League and kind of want to do it. I would have Aaron Jones over Mixon rest of the season in redraft, but I think I would still prefer Mixon over Jones in Dynasty. So hopefully that helps answer the question. I'm not sure if it does, but
Agreed.
Yeah. Ace, it's the helpful place. What is their motto?
Wait,
Ace.
No, it's like
hardware
Ace. No, it's store there. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware store.
Yeah, that's
Anyways,
Good
I
evening.
appreciate you, brother. Good evening, y'all.
What a distinguished gentleman. Start Laporta or Kittle. Gotta ride Laporta, man. You gotta ride the Laporta potty. They're back to back in my rankings. I do have Laporta one
potty.
spot higher. So yeah, that's what I would be doing.
Yeah, especially with not Debo, Brandon, you coming back. Laporta seems more valuable here coming into this offense.
You know, that's a good point though, because Debo hasn't practiced yet. Now, he probably still plays, but anyway.
I think he still plays. Yeah, agreed. Abraham, or would you trade Devonta Smith for Henry straight up? No, I would not do that.
No, Devonta's more valuable.
Nicholas, should I trade away Lamar and Ramondre Stevenson for CMC? Also, should I trade Madison and London for Pitt? Okay, Lamar and Ramondre Stevenson for CMC. I think context is important. This is 1 quarterback, 2 quarterback. I'm assuming this is 1 quarterback. Lamar and Ramondre for CMC. I think it really depends on that quarterback. If his second quarterback is a Baker Mayfield, is a Jordan Love, is a Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I doubt he has a Trevor Lawrence as his second quarterback.
Yeah. If there's any literally any decent streaming options, I would do this. Like
Jared Goff. Would you do this for Jared Goff?
Yeah, if Jared Goff is your backup, yeah, I would do it. If Daniel Jones, if Jordan Love, if Justin Fields on waiver, Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, CJ Stroud, I would pull this move off to get the best
all depends
player.
on that quarterback, in my opinion. Also, should I trade Madison and London for Pitts?
I will keep Madison and London myself.
And London for Pitts. I don't think this is enough, in my opinion. That's what I would say. But yeah. Akshay, thoughts on this trade? Give Olave, Hopkins, and Miles Sanders, getting Waddle and Kenneth Walker. Olave, Hopkins, and Miles Sanders. I would be okay with this trade.
Yeah, I think this is ideal, the 3 for 2, where you get the best players in the deal. Brandon, what's up, my man? Asked this question before Monday to see how the game went. Should I start Laporta or Goddard? I'm still going Laporta. Actually, I don't remember what I answered that, if I'm honest, but I'm going Laporta.
I think we said it all depends what Goddard did that night, and how he was going to perform. Because if he had a big game, he got 9 points that game. It seems like you had to ride Laporta. He is clearly more important to this offense, I would say, compared to Dallas Goedert. Appreciate you, Brandon. Jimmy, if Monty plays, should I start Gibbs or Ford in PPR? Oh man, this one's tough. So tomorrow, if I get that notification that David Montgomery is full go, he's gonna play, he should getting his normal workload, I feel like I have to go Ford over Gibbs.
Sorry, Sam Monson just retweeted my tweet, so I was a little bit distracted. I watch his content every single day.
Is that PFF. The dude from I thought that was the dude from Underdog. That's what's up, though.
No, the guy from PFF. I saw also Tyler Scott, the wide receiver for the Bears. Anyway, I had a tweet that went off today, guys. This has never happened to me, so I'm acting like I'm famous or some shit. I don't know. Like, this is pretty cool. Sam Monson retweeted. I watch that guy's content every single day from PFF. Anyway, sorry. What was the question?
You said Monty plays. Should I start Gibbs or Ford in PPR? I would say I'm starting. If Monty plays, I think I have to go Ford there, but it's really tough.
PPR league. Don't really love Ford's matchup. I would still go Gibbs myself.
Fair. That's fair here. Hopefully that helps.
We had a super chat. We'll get to Styles in a second. We had a super chat. Terrell, thank you for the super chat, man. Lamar or Winston and Ferguson or Musgrave. I have Olave. Okay. Lamar or Winston.
To save some money. I love that from you, Terrell.
Lamar or Winston and Ferguson. Thank you for the super chat. First off, Lamar or Winston. You go Lamar.
I'm going Lamar.
You don't overthink it. Ferguson or Musgrave. I'm going Ferguson. I believe. Musgrave, sorry, I believe, but let me double check that.
I think if Christian Watson plays,
I'm going Ferguson.
My bad. Yeah, that's what I would do. Hopefully that helps, Terrell.
Yeah,
appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Hey, by the way, 53 people watching. Can we go ahead and get some likes in this thing? Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. All right, Cole is the next question there.
Styles.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
I'm say, yo, should I play Monty tomorrow? If he plays, or Gainwell? My other options is Saquon, but I don't want to wait until Monday night. Oh man, I think if Monty plays, you have to start him personally.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, but if Saquon does get the clear, then that's tough. Cole, he said, who should I start? Running backs, I have Pollard, Madison, White, and Harris. Wide receivers, Jamar. Okay, well, I mean, context is important here. So two running backs, 2 wide receivers. I'm just gonna line you up on that. I'm gonna start Pollard, and I think I might have to go. Who does Madison play again this week? Madison plays the Panthers. Who's Rashad White play? And Damian Harris. Ooh, I think I might have to go Pollard and Madison still. And then wide receivers, you clearly go Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb.
I'm going to rock with you on that one. Abraham, next question here. I just traded Godwin and Judy for Henry and Gabe Davis. Godwin and Judy for Henry and Gabe Davis. I don't mind that one. Again, I'm not looking to actively buy Henry, but at that price, I'm fine with it. Who do you choose to stash, Mims or Johnston? I would stash Johnston over Mims. Picked him up. I noticed you put a waiver claim in our home league. This guy got him right here. Just stashing on my bench. So
yeah, and I needed. Well, it was.
I'm surprised that he was available in our home leagues. Our home leagues are pretty sharp.
Our home leagues are pretty sharp. I'm not risk this. I don't remember which one because we have 2 big money home leagues. But I remember the one that I'm doing terrible in. I had to get Palmer because I needed him to get me some points immediately. But yeah. Anyways, hopefully that helps. We got another super chat here. We appreciate you. He said, "What am I doing with Saquon as well? I'm scared someone."
No, I'm scared. Let's read that differently. What am I doing with Saquon? I'm scared.
Yeah.
He's scared.
I'm scared. Someone offered me Mixon. seems way too low.
You hold on to Saquon here.
You have to hold on to Saquon.
Before Saquon went down, we saw a vintage Saquon Barkley top 5 type performance. Then he goes down with the injury. 27 PPR points, 7 targets. He is clearly much, much needed in that offense. Do not overthink it. You keep Saquon. There's a chance he comes back this week. If not, you will regret. Even if he doesn't come back this week, you'll still regret trading him for Mixon.
Yeah. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. I'm confused. It said like he did like 3 times there, but I don't see anything. Anyways, so he goes, the finesse kid. Hey guys, 2-part question. Rather start Kirk or Jacoby this week? I'll answer that. I would say if Jimmy G plays, I would want to start Jacoby over Kirk. But if he doesn't play, I'm going Kirk Cousins or Christian Kirk. Excuse me. Not sure where Zach would go.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Also, are Moss and Kyron must starts going forward based on volume? Thanks, guys. I think both these guys I think are must starts depending on your team, depending on who you have on your team as well. Like if you have someone like a Joe Mixon or Josh Jacobs, I think it puts you in a tougher position. But both Moss and Kyron should be started if they're both your top running backs. Skylar says, "What's up, boys? I got trade troubles. Full PPR. Give Etienne and Addison. Get Madison and Mark Andrews. My only tight end is Kincaid." Skylar, man, I'm not somebody that wants Alexander Madison long term. I think as the season prolongs, we're gonna see.
I'd rather have the Etienne side there.
Yeah,
why is everyone still on Etienne?
I'm not sure. I think a lot of people are panicking on this Jacksonville's offense, but I'm not necessarily. I mean, the one person to not panic on is Etienne in that offense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If there was anyone to panic. What's
Sup,
happening, Albert? How you doing, man? Mason said, traded Garrett Wilson for AJ Brown, win or W. I mean, yeah. If you got AJ Brown, I love that trade. Also, should I play Elijah Moore or DJ Moore this week? DJ Moore going against Patrick Surtain, it's a little bit difficult. That is something that I'm struggling with myself. Right now, I have Elijah Moore in because I just trust in those targets that I know I'm going to get from him, but that ceiling is not there like DJ Moore. So right now, depending on what type of play you need. Do you need a high efficient play or do you just need a safe floor? And I think Elijah Moore gives you that safe floor and DJ Moore gives you that high.
I'm actually with you there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Skylar said, also, what running backs would you target with packaging of Stevenson and Addison in a 1 PPR?
With these kind of questions, because there's just so many questions that we try and get through to help people start their lineups, it's a little too vague. Try and ask us some offers maybe that you've been sent, and we can tell you if we like them or not. You know, that's something that we would do over in the Fantasy Hotline, a perk that we offer for people who support us. But, you know, it's just so many combinations of different players, you know. Deathlord says, I have Derrick Henry. What running back do you think I could trade him straight up for? I made a video a couple weeks ago, but now I think that list would have drastically changed. But again, kind of similar to what we just talked about there. Purple Yoda, what's up, fellas? PPR League, Waller or Michael Thomas?
I'm going Waller.
I'm going Waller as well. We did just get a super chat from Henry, so we'll answer Henry's question straight away. Choosing between Ford, A-Chain, and Javonte for my 2 running back slots. Whoever I don't choose to start at running back, do I play them? Elijah Moore and Palmer at flex. Okay, so first off, thank you for the donation.
Thank you so much, man.
Choosing between Ford, A-Chain, and Javonte. Ford, A-Chain, or A-Chan.
Javonte just has a good matchup here. So it's really difficult to sit him.
How do you sit Devon, though? It's so...
I know.
We can't expect that to keep happening, you know?
I'm just going to go based off of matchup here, Henry, to be honest. The points given to the running back position, the second most points given to the running back position are the Chicago Bears. And Javonte is playing the Chicago Bears this week. As much as I love A-Chain
start of the week for
and
me
Ford,
well.
I feel like you have to go with that matchup there. And should you start Elijah Moore, Palmer versus Ford and A-Chain, that's also tough as well. I don't think I'm starting.
This is a very difficult one, but it would be Ford and Javonte.
Yeah, I think I would go Ford and Javonte as well. That's where I was going to lean, because Ford, even though he doesn't have the matchup, I think he would still get the opportunities on the ground and or in the air.
And then I guess the next question would be, are you going Devon, A-Chan, Elijah Moore, or Joshua Palmer at flex? That would probably be the next question he had. And honestly, like in that scenario, I'd be pretty intrigued to start Devon because here's what I'll say. Like, if you need an upside play, Devon's the guy, unquestionably.
Agreed.
But if you need a little bit more safety, I think Palmer or Elijah might be the smarter play. So that's how I would go about it. But Palmer this week, my wide receiver 33. So if I was to choose between Palmer and Elijah Moore, it would be Palmer. Moore's matchup is much more difficult. Palmer goes up against the Raiders. So yeah, it would be Palmer for me if you want safety, and it would be Achane if you want upside.
I hear you there. All right, back to the top here. Mr. Forte, would you trade Michael Pittman, Evan Ingram, Tank Dell for Justin Jefferson? Yes. If you're getting JJ, I would do it. I think Zach would agree with that.
Get the best player.
Bike Walkers. What's up, man? What's up, guys? Full PPR 2 flex. Which two should I start? Higgins, Palmer, Thomas, Stevenson, or Laporte? I think I'm going Higgins there and Connor or Stevenson. I'm going Stevenson because Connor does have a tough matchup against the 49ers. But both those guys should be started. A lot of these guys should be started here, I would say. Not sure where you would go.
I'm with you.
Okay. Death Lord of Debo's ruled out. Do I go Nico Collins or Michael Thomas? I'm going Nico.
Yep, same. The Herbie Derby says, I had Herbert, Keenan, and Devontae Adams last week, scored 197 points, and my opponent beat me by 120. Y'all must have some crazy scoring.
You must have, it's actually some bonuses or something.
Higgins for Michael Pittman. I still would prefer Higgins rest of season myself.
Absolutely.
This is a get-right game for Higgins versus maybe the best matchup for wide receivers in Tennessee. Evan Hull is on IR, by the way. He will miss the rest of the season. My bad. I thought he was on IR for 4 weeks.
Yeah, I dropped him.
Yeah, G16 says, is Ford, Thielen, and Nico Collins for Olave a fleece in a 4 wide receiver league?
Depends on your depth, I would say. If it's a 4 wide receiver league, and Nico Collins and Thielen is a big part of who you have on your depth piece, then it might not be worth it. I mean, it sounds stupid, but like if you have 4 wide receivers and Nico Collins and Adam Thielen is your wide receiver 4 and 5, and you get Chris Olave, who are your other people when it comes down to bye weeks? I think that's a big question. But I would want Chris Olave. All depends on your depth.
Yeah.
Death Lord, I'm hearing rumors Bears are willing to trade for Jonathan Taylor before the trade deadline. What would this do to Justin Fields long term? Depends on how he performs, I would say. It can help him. I think the biggest thing is going to kill Khalil Herbert and Roscoe's dynasty value. I think more Roscoe's dynasty value, but I'm not necessarily sure how this would affect Justin Fields because he's still going to do his thing. So
yeah, and that would only help their offense, in my opinion.
Yeah. In full PPR, star 2, Ayuk, Jacoby, Sutton, Christian Kirk. Ayuk if he plays, and I actually feel more comfortable starting Jacoby Myers with Jimmy G in. But if he's not in, I'm starting Christian Kirk.
I'm with you. Denver, Baltimore, or Seahawks defense? That is a good question. Denver, Baltimore, or Seahawks? I think I would go Baltimore. I think they're the best defense, so that's who I would choose.
Yeah, agreed. Joseph Kip 10-man, 2 quarterbacks have PPR. Trade Javonte plus Jacoby for Kamara, Michael Thomas. Trade Javonte and Jacoby for Kamara, Michael Thomas. I'll be okay with that. I like Kamara coming in, especially if you're struggling at the running back position. I think his ceiling is significantly higher than Javonte's personally.
Yeah.
Not sure how you feel.
I'm with you. Higgins or DJ Moore? Higgins.
Agreed.
Steel Mob says, who should I start? Full PPR, Waddle, Higgins, Puka. Start 3. Jesus Lord, Steel Mob. How are you supposed to sit one of these guys? Waddle, Jamar Chase, and then I guess it's between Puka and Higgins. Where do I have these guys ranked this week? Puka and Higgins. It would be Puka for me, I think. Puka, yeah. Versus the Colts defense is nice.
Good matchups, yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Aaron Jones and Mark Andrews, or Addison and ETN. This
Aaron
one
Jones.
would be Aaron Jones and Mark Andrews because of the benefits of having a tight end like that. So,
Agreed.
do you trade away Kirk Cousins, Deontay Johnson, and Robert Woods for Kamara or Aaron Jones? Absolutely. If it's a one quarterback league, either.
Yep.
Give me either. I prefer Aaron Jones. Do you trade White and Godwin for Chase? If you do not need running backs, then yes, absolutely. What's up, Tony? Who do you guys think I should start this week? Sam Laporta or Dallas Goedert? We're going Laporta. We've had this question a couple times, but we are going Laporta with what we have seen so far from him. Rashawn Johnson or Jaylen Warren? I think I would go Rashawn this week, but let me double check my rankings because I haven't had this question yet so far. Do you have a strong stance?
Yeah, I'll go Roscoe.
Wow, they're back to back in my rankings.
Another team that can give the running back position a great opportunity here. But yeah, I don't. Both teams are kind of matched up really great. You see Roscoe's snap sharing increasing week to week. He's been more efficient on the ground. Jaylen Warren's getting the targets though, more targets. But I'll go Roscoe because of the matchup.
Yeah, they're back-to-back in my rankings. I'm going Warren because of the matchup, actually, because Warren is against the Houston Texans. I don't think you can really go wrong. Like, these are two incredible matchups. So yeah. Deathlord says, would you trade Deebo Samuel for Tyler Lockett and Darren Waller, or Adam Thielen and Darren Waller? Oh, would you trade Deebo Samuel for Tyler Lockett and Darren Waller, or Adam Thielen and Waller, or Adam Thielen and Lockett? My tight end is Mark Andrews. Waller's is the insurance. Like the whole Thielen stuff, I'm not even thinking about Adam Thielen the rest of the year. Honestly, like, I know he had a good game. He had 2 good games, but with Bryce Young being the quarterback, guys, Andy Dalton's not starting when Bryce Young's healthy. It's just not happening. So I prefer Tyler Lockett and Darren Waller over Deebo Samuel. I can answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you have Mark Andrews and Darren Waller, I'm willing to trade Darren Waller or Mark Andrews away, whichever one you can get the most out of.
Yeah.
And get some value somewhere else that you need help in. You know, do you need running backs? Do you need a wide receiver? Can you trade Mark Andrews and get Devonta Smith or AJ Brown or Jalen Waddle who's struggling and Aaron Jones who's struggling? Just based off name value with Mark Andrews, people are going to want that positional value. And you have Darren Waller already, so that's what I would be doing.
Mm-hmm.
The Herbie Derby is James Cook's a must start.
We got a super chat from B. Zinski. Thank you for the super chat.
We'll come back to you, man.
Pickens, Addy, or Garrett Wilson this week. This is very close between Pickens and Addison for me. I will need to actually double check because I haven't had this question yet. Addison, I think, would have the tougher matchup. He is a player that I have advised people to trade for. He was my guy this year. I love Addison. But I'm going George Pickens. George Pickens at Houston. It's a fine matchup, but more importantly, Pickens is the number 1. We are not sure right now whether Addison will be the number 2 or the number 3 behind Hawkinson or the number 4 behind Osborne. I know he's getting targets. I love him. He's my guy, but we have George Pickens, who's kind of the solidified one for this team right now. So I'll go Pickens, but it's close.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm going Addison there. So hopefully that helps by.
Yeah.
Herbie, is James Cook a must start this week versus the Dolphins? Could be a shootout.
He's a must start in almost every league every week.
Even if it's a shootout, he's still going to get the targets in the air, Herbie. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't expect the goal line touches. Expect the touchdowns. I mean, don't expect the goal line touches. Expect the targets. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. We got another super chat here. Appreciate you, Daniel. Mm-hmm. Caps Kingdom, guys, do I trade Moss or Ford for Addison full PPR? I think you can get way more from Moss specifically. Ford, I think you can probably pivot to an Addison. I think that's kind of even value.
Let's answer this question though. Like, if you have an abundance of running backs, would you trade Jerome Ford for Addison? I would be willing to do that.
Yeah, I would be willing to do that 100%.
But you're right. You should get more from Moss than that.
I wouldn't trade Moss just for Addison straight up, even if I had an abundance of running backs. I'm trying to get as much value as possible. Not Jerome Ford, Zach Moss. Did I say Jerome Ford? I have Etienne, Monty, and Madison. That's what he says there. So I'm happy to trade Ford for Addison, but Moss, I want maybe a 2-for-1. Maybe I want a big wide receiver. Can you get a T Higgins? Can you get, which sounds crazy, but I think that is fair value. If you are okay at the running back position, can you send Moss for Cooper Kupp coming off of IR? Once again, may sound crazy, but with him and the way he's playing, maybe people are willing to give that up.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah. I think I said what I thought there, so we're good. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Noah says, "What's up, guys? In the flex, who should I start this weekend? Addison or Palmer? Do you guys think Ayuk will play?" Yes, I do think Ayuk will play. He's been practicing 2 days in a row. Addison or Palmer? I would go Addison there.
Yeah, I'm going Addison as well.
Adam says, "Start Breida, Gibbs." Breida or Gibbs? I'm going Gibbs. Also, trade JT and Devonta Smith for Eckler or Saquon. That is a huge risk, man, because if Jonathan Taylor comes back, you're definitely going to regret that. But we don't know if Jonathan Taylor comes back or what it looks like. So how are you handling this?
I'm not. I think just Devonta Smith is just too valuable. I don't understand why people are wanting to sell Devonta Smith, in my opinion. Maybe JT is a throw-in piece here. I would personally rather also trade JT and Devonta Smith for Eckler or Saquon. I feel like you should be getting something in return. I don't think it should just be JT and Devonta Smith for Eckler or Saquon. I think it should be Eckler and somebody else, Saquon and somebody else. I don't think it should be a 2-for-1. That's what I'll say, Adam. I know JT is out for the 4 weeks. He's on IR, but if he does come back, it's a full workload. You wish you had JT and Devonta Smith.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say, like, if Eckler plays this week,
sorry,
geez, like Eckler's about to be on bye, and then you might get Jonathan Taylor back in week 5. But then we hear reports that he doesn't want to be with the team. That is
there was another report that came out today.
I'm gonna hold right now though, unless you're like desperately needing. But if you're desperately needing a win, we don't even know if those guys are playing this week, so that's tough. 6-point touchdown, love T Law. Thank you for the super chat, Biezinski. T Law, I have Ridley. So the question is Jordan Love or Trevor Lawrence. I would go Trevor Lawrence here myself. I know It's not been great, but they're just the offense looks good in my opinion. It's just they're not clicking just yet. They're not clicking, so they will click. I'm going Trevor.
Agreed.
And then we have another super chat from Russell. 12-man PPR. Trade Ramondre for Jacoby Myers? ? My other running backs are... So here's what I'll say. Like, in general, right now in fantasy, the way I'm approaching trades, if I have an abundance of running backs, someone clearly doesn't in my league, and my running back is more valuable than your wide receiver. You're already down tiering in Jacoby, and I know Jacoby's been great. I'm not sitting here saying like this is a awful offer or anything. What I'm saying is how valuable running backs are right now in fantasy football. The state of the current running back position. You definitely need to be getting more than Jacoby Myers, even though Jacoby Myers has been great. My Aaron Jones is almost worth your Stephon Diggs. As crazy as that sounds, like in today's world, right? No, that might be pushing the envelope a little bit too much, but I'm just saying like you need to get a bigger name than Jacoby.
I agree. You need to get a bigger name than Jacoby for Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah. Hopefully that's helpful. We appreciate the love, appreciate the support.
The Pound, how you doing, brother?
What's up?
Fellas, here's a spicy one. I sold Drake London to the 0-3 Deontay Johnson squad in full PPR. W, or do I take an L? So I sold Drake London. So you got Deontay Johnson? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So basically, he sold London for Deontay, and I have no
idea
on your
who
team. The hell wins this trade.
I think it depends on. It depends on what am I trying to say? What your record is, in my opinion. If you're 3-0, I'm willing to take that chance because I expect Deontay Johnson to be a big part of that offense, and I expect those targets that George Pickens is getting right now to go to Deontay Johnson. Whether they're consistent or efficient or whatever the case may be, I expect him to come back and get those targets. unlike Drake London, where it feels like any week he can drop a goose, right? And that's not the main priority. So we'll wait and see what that looks like. I think long term you get it. It feels like you could win with Deontay, in my opinion.
Yeah. I have no idea. I really don't know how to answer it. Like, I have no idea. The thing is, like, if the Falcons were able to tell you before every game, hey, this is a Drake London game, then you would want Drake London. But you don't know. It's almost like Drake London's fallen into like Gabe Davis territory with his play every single week. It's up, it's down. So yeah, that's a tough one, dude. I wish you the best of luck because I have no idea how that pans out. Obviously, he wouldn't do this in Dynasty. It's clearly a redraft trade. Who knows? I really don't.
We'll wait and see, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps. Brandon, should I trade Jonathan Taylor for Josh Jacobs?
I
yes.
would. I would take
I would
JJ.
do that.
Yeah.
100%. Michael Monzo, how you doing, brother? Half PPR pick 2 Mostert. Devon, DJ Moore, Brian Robinson. I think you have to go Mostert there for me. And
this would actually be Mostert and Devon for me.
And Devon, right? That's
I would
what
throw
was
both of
there.
them out there and just hope that it's a shootout.
It's tough. It's tough with DJ Moore coming up, to be completely honest. But with his matchup, but I'll back Zach there with both of the Miami running backs.
Dell, thoughts on this trade? Walker, Garrett Wilson for Tony Pollard in an 8-man. So is that like Kenneth Walker?
I would assume so.
Because that kind of just seems like in an 8-man, you're really not starting Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's not someone you're even considering that will see your lineup in an 8-man league. So really, it's like Garrett. It's the question, I guess, is Kenneth Walker or Tony Pollard, and they're kind of pretty much just as valuable as each other. So it's a scratch for me in an 8-man.
Yeah, I hear you.
In a 12-man, I'll take the Walker side.
I'm with you there.
We had a super chat.
Yeah, Doug Lamb. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. He said 14-man, 1 quarterback PPR. Do I start Garrett Wilson and Purdy, or do I trade? Garrett Wilson and Purdy for Ingram and Gabe Davis? No. Actually, depends on your quarterback. Okay, let's see. My wide receivers are CeeDee, Adams, QJ, Rice. QBs are Love and Daniel Jones. Ingram. Okay, who's your tight end? Is Auden and Gabe Davis? I would say yes.
Yeah, I would. In a 14-man, you don't need Purdy. Like, you don't need Jordan Love and Daniel Jones and Brock Purdy on your team. As much as I love Brock Purdy, like, you're just like every week you're probably gonna miss on who you should start. So you get rid of that issue. Then you upgrade massively at tight end, and you get still a volatile player in Gabe Davis with Garrett Wilson. And I just brought a video to buy Garrett Wilson, but even in this scenario, I'll take the opposite side. I'll take Ingram and Davis.
I completely agree there. Hopefully that helps, Doug. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. I think the next one is Bike Walker.
It is.
Who would you go
Rest in
with
peace,
at
Paul
tight end?
Walker, his brother.
Paul Walker. Miss you every day, brother. Hawkinson and Laporta. I'm going Hawkinson there. Has been great so far this year, and I'm going to continue to ride that way.
What's up? Brock. PPR, trade Cup, DJ Moore, Khalil Herbert for Etienne and Ayuk. So would you rather have, let's get rid of Khalil Herbert, because, like, let's be honest, can you really even start him right now in a 12-man? Right? So the question is really Cup, DJ Moore, or Etienne Ayuk. And I'm going to lean Etienne Ayuk there, especially if you need running backs. Tough.
Especially if you need a running back. I think the biggest question is, do you need a running back? I would agree there. Cooper Kupp, DJ Moore. I think with Puka kind of breaking out, I don't think they need to force feed Cooper Kupp anymore the way he's been kind of performing. Him and Tutu Atwell. It's like, all right, Kupp, come in. Take more stuff away from these other two guys. I don't know. That's how I'm saying. Burrito or London? I'm going London, full PPR. I think Zach will go the same.
I would go Breida. This week. One of my starts of the week. If Saquon is not healthy, Matt Breida, a start of the week. I talked about this in the video we did this week, but last week Matt Breida saw 82% of the snaps. He's the only one who got a goal line carry. He was used in passing downs, first and second down, short yardage. He was used everywhere. So this is the week to start him versus the Seattle Seahawks. It's a very good matchup for running backs. In fact, they are the 10th best running back matchup for running backs. So this would be Breida for me. Obviously, London. Actually, I don't even think we can say London has more upside. I think they both have equal upside, and I think there will be more touches for Breida there if Saquon doesn't play.
I would say this is a tough one for Accident Prone because Breed is on Thursday night. I mean, sorry, London's on Thursday. Thursday
No.
night. Sorry,
No, he's
London's
not.
on. Sorry, okay, he's on the London game. That's why I was kind of saying. So hopefully you have more information about Saquon, by then. So hopefully that helps.
Hey, by the way,
Jacob,
74 people watching, 37 likes. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love and for the support. As we help you set your lineups, help the channel grow. Help us get to 50 likes right now with your help. Everyone drop a like. We can get there. We're going to go in order. And if you drop a super chat, we will reply to that straight away. Otherwise, we go in order. Jacob Fogo de Chao, as that's his family empire. What's up, Jacob? Hey, guys, traded Kamara for Bijan. Okay, I don't even need to see the team. If you got Bijan Robinson and all it took was Alvin Kamara in every single format, in every single league, Dynasty, Best Ball, Redraft, 8-man, 10-man, 12-man, PPR, half PPR, no PPR, you win that deal. Well done.
Great. Appreciate you, man.
Rod, my name's Rod and I like to party. Do I trade Hopkins and Algier for Flowers? Yeah, I'd prefer Flowers there.
I would agree.
Yep.
I would agree.
Ace is the
Ace.
place for the helpful hardware store. Tua or Justin Fields? I'm going Tua.
There's Tua play this week. Yeah, the Bills. I'm going to is that as well there. It's close, I would say. Should I start DJ Moore or Tank? I'm going Tank. I'm starting Tank over
I
DJ
agree.
Moore in one of my leagues. Deshaun Watson or Joe Burrow. I'm going to Deshaun Watson.
I agree with you as well.
I think both should be started. Well, the Titans, man. The Titans give so many points to the quarterback position, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, Deshaun Watson has been great there. Hi everyone. Hi Andrea. How you doing? Sparrow traded Andrews, Anthony Richardson, Jerry Jeudy, and Ayuk for T-Law, really Golder, and Puka.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is maybe a one quarterback.
I mean, this is pretty
Andrews?
even. Like,
Yeah, I
just
so.
think
Going across. Andrews, Richardson.
I don't like going from Andrews to Goddard, but I do think there will be similar outcomes on given weeks. I like the T-Law Ridley stack. I know it's not paid dividends yet, but I like it.
Yeah, I like it's tearing up in my opinion from the wide receiver room specifically.
This is pretty dead even. The only thing I'll say is like I would prefer Andrews season long. And A-Rich looks like a top 5 guy when he plays. Ayuk looks like a top 15 guys when he plays. I really couldn't tell you who wins this deal, but I might actually lean Andrews 51%, 49% the other side. Like it's a great trade either way for both sides. It's a win-win.
Yeah, Jorge said Pacheco, Stevenson, Mostert. Which two should I? Stevenson and Mostert. Don't overthink it, brother.
Yeah, 100%.
Andre, need one. Gus, Cam, Zeke, Miller. If Gus plays, you start Gus Edwards.
Who is R. Miller?
I think I just read it as that Kendre Miller, but who is R. Miller? That's who I thought.
Who that is?
I'm assuming that's Kendre Miller.
Right. Yeah, I would go Gus there as well, but it's disgusting. Sorry. El Tigre, thank you for the super chat, man. We'll get to your question straight away. In Hotel, which by the way, that's a league that we're in. In Hotel, I've got Puka, Olave, Addison, Kirk, Moore, Dell, and Johnston. I don't need any help. This is a paid advertisement. Come buy your young wide receivers. So this is just a flexing opportunity for Teague right here. He says, look at this incredible young wide receiver core in my dynasty league, and I love it. Flex, take your laps. You deserve it. What's up, Michael? Welcome in. Welcome in. Russell says, getting offered Myers for Stevenson. Thoughts? We answered this one earlier. I don't know if it was the same person or not, but maybe these guys are in the same league and they're the ones trading with each other and they're both watching the stream.
No, this is Russ. He gave us a super chat earlier today.
Oh, my bad. I'm an idiot. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Appreciate your support. Deathlord says, if Aaron Jones doesn't play tomorrow night, do I start Dameon Pierce, Jarrett McKinnon, Dalvin Cook, or Tyler Algier? As disgusting as it is, you got to start Dameon if that's the case, right?
That's right.
Let's hope that Pierce or Aaron does play though.
I agree. Do I trade Etienne for Kamara? No, I'm keeping Etienne so
Same.
far. Trade Etienne, Addison, and Sutton for Diggs and Javonte. I'm keeping Etienne and Addison side.
Genuine question, because like Etienne has to be the number one name in the chat so far today of people who are trading him away. I'm just curious what happened. Like, what was a report that came out that I missed? Like, maybe there's context I'm missing. Like, because a lot of people are looking to sell Etienne. I'm looking at like the stock that I have of him, because I have a lot, and being like, am I missing something? Should I be selling Etienne? Because he looks incredible so far. The usage is there. The guy looks like a locked and loaded top 5 to 10 finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's RB10 on the year so far. I'm not understanding why people are panicking. And I think I said it earlier. I think it's because the offense is not clicking. The only person that has been consistent, the only person I think that has been consistent in this offense has been Travis Etienne. I think outside of last week against Kansas City, or no, 2 weeks ago against Kansas City, because they just have a great defense, clearly. Other than that, he's been performing. Week 1, 21 points. Week 3, 17 points. Over 18 touches in both games, averaging over 4 yards per carry, getting the targets in the air. I'm not sure why people are struggling with Etienne, but I don't know. We'll see.
But the question was trade Etienne, Addison, and Sutton for Diggs and Javonte. And I would much rather have Etienne if I am a running back needy team. Now, if you're just stacked at running back and you can get a Diggs upgrade, I'm with it. But guys, Addison's going to be even better than what he's already been. Keep that in mind. He hasn't even taken over the wide receiver 2 role yet, like in snaps and in usage, and it's coming. It is going to happen. I just released a video about Addison on today's buy lows or trade video, so go check it out. Nick says, hey guys, I'm in a rebuild, but my record is currently 2-1, and I have third most points. I have Sam Howell as my main quarterback. Any thoughts on any quarterbacks to trade for that's reasonable? So it's a super flex league. So you're saying Sam Howell is your number 1 quarterback in Superflex, meaning he's not your number 2, he's your number 1? That is crazy to me. Here's what I'd say, like that you're 2-1 and Sam Howell's your number 1 guy. I wonder who else is in that quarterback room. But names that are vets that you could trade for that would be affordable would be like your Geno Smiths of the world, your Russell Wilsons, your Jared Goffs. So yeah, I mean, just think of a veteran quarterback that's producing. A rebuilding team probably wants to move off of that player.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how much you want to spend. If you want to spend a first, you can go out and get some good players, but you're rebuilding. It doesn't seem like you want to do that. But yeah, it just all depends on the price that you want to spend. I think is the biggest my question to you there. Do you trade Kirk Cousins and Zay Flowers for Aaron Jones? If this is a 1 quarterback league, and you need a running back, I'm happy to do that, depending on who your quarterback is there. So, that's what I would say. Clap nuts. Start Pickens or Scary Terry. I'm starting George Pickens there.
I wonder what that channel's about.
Would you trade London and Warren for Akers and Christian Watson? I would rather have Christian Watson.
I'm such a child.
I don't love like Warren. Just seems like he has way more value right now, but I think Akers' value will increase. But I'd rather have Christian Watson long term versus London.
When the Akers stuff went down, I was kind of like team like he'll be involved, but he's not going to take the job, and I still feel that way. So I think you're trading 2 potential starting assets, but you're getting the best player in Christian Watson, in my opinion, for this year in fantasy. So I will go Christian Watson. Achane or Gibbs? We'll go Gibbs there.
Agreed.
What is that? A DFS team? No way. Too many guns. Tingley says, start 2 running backs this week. Pacheco, Kamara, Ford, Achane, or Rashawn. This would be Kamara, and I believe Jerome Ford for me.
Yep. Oh gosh, I can't believe Alvin Kamara is back. I have so much Alvin Kamara, guys, and I am decimated at the running back position. This season is turning around.
I'm happy for you.
Here we go. Here we go. It's turning around.
I don't have any stock anywhere, so it'll be interesting to see what he does.
I know. Imagine it's going to be absolute dog shit.
He could be great. Start Goff or Burrow? That's a great question. I'm going Jared Goff.
I'm going Burrow, bro. I'm going Burrow. I'm going Joe Burrow.
I just don't know how we have that confidence. Like, I'm not nervous about him rest of season, but also he's the quarterback 30 on the year.
I think it's going to improve. Like, I
I
mean,
do too. It's just I kind of need to see it if I have better options.
like I think the crazy thing is, he's quarterback 30 in the year, but any given week, he can be the number one quarterback, like a top 5 quarterback week to week.
Oh, that's
So
100% true. But he could also be bottom 5, which was what we've seen.
yeah, I mean, I understand, but I think you go with the upside there and Joe Burrow personally there, Tyler. Hopefully that helps.
We did get another super chat from Russell, so thank you for the support. We'll get to the question straight away. Would you trade Ramondre and Terry for DK and Jacoby Myers? Ramondre and Terry for DK and Jacoby Myers. This is what we're talking about. Now we're cooking with gas. If you don't need running back and Ramondre is an absolute tradable asset for you, then yes, now we're kind of upgrading here. We move from Terry to DK, and then we also add Jacoby Myers, who's a startable option. So yes, absolutely, I would do this deal if you don't need running back.
Yeah, I think his other running backs were Kyron and Pollard, if I'm not mistaken. I'm okay to take that chance there.
Hopefully, there's more than just Kyron and Pollard. Like
it's Roscoe.
Not just two,
I think it's Roscoe, Kyron, and Pollard.
Okay, right.
That's a bit iffy, I would say, but I understand. Like, you feel confident right now with Pollard and Kyron. You want to pivot to some better wide receivers. I understand, but I understand why you would do it. So I'll be okay with it, but I think it is a bit risky if one of your guys go down. If Pollard goes down, if Kyron goes down, you're not going to be comfortable starting Roscoe. But I understand.
Pickens, Elijah Moore, or Palmer as wide receiver 2. This would be Pickens for me.
Yeah.
OG Abstract. What's up, OG? Mike Evans or Judy this week? Gotta rock with Mike Evans until further notice, you know? I know that they're facing the Saints, and maybe we'll have another fight between him and Marcus Lattimore. But until Evans shows you that you can't start him, you should, you know?
Agreed.
James says, start Monty, B-Rob, or Jalen Warren. This would be Montgomery for me if he plays.
Agreed. If not, you go B-Rob.
Yep.
Noah, what would be the best defensive play? Bucks, Dolphins, Ravens. I'm in a situation like this, and I was thinking, like, do I start the Bucks versus Jameis going against his own team? But I think that could be a trap, though. I can see the narrative where, like, the Bucks just dominate Jameis and Jameis is just shit, or the other narrative where Jameis is like, he's just cooked against the Bucks.
I would just start the best defense in that scenario because there's not really ideal matchups, which would be the Ravens for me.
Dell, I think we answered this. I could be wrong. Amen. Full PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs. Okay, I flex. Have Burrow 2 and A-Chain drafted Fields, but dropped him. Do I pick him back up, or do I run with my quarterbacks I have now?
And at 8-man, I think Fields can be dropped.
Agreed. Start Nico Collins, Jordan Addison, or Elijah Moore.
I'll go Addison here.
Yeah, this one's close between Nico and Addison, but I'm going Addison as well.
Yeah, I do think Nico's going to be better. Like, I think Nico and Tank will have both, like, good and bad games, and they'll both be up and down a little bit, but they'll both be good players this year. But I'll go Addison there. The Herbie Derby says, not fantasy football related, but I actually think there is a legitimate chance the Dolphins offense goes down as the best of all time. I've been hearing this narrative. And there's statistical reasons to back it up, but it's only 3 weeks. So let's see. And also, I just feel like we're in an era of football for teams to score more points. You know, like, there were some pretty good offenses in eras where offense wasn't favored like it is today, is what I'll say. So it's a hot take. Fields or Stroud this week, Badaki?
I'm going Fields still. But it's close. It is very close there. I mean, yeah, I have to go with the team that gives up the most points. Like, he just has a favorable matchup. But
I'm going Stroud.
Okay. That's understandable.
Would you drop D-Hop for Godwin, Marquise Brown, or Kirk? I think I would drop D-Hop for Hollywood at this point. The team looks competent, and Kyler should be back at some point.
I like Kirk.
Okay.
Godwin. Gosh, Godwin. Imagine dropping Godwin, having Hollywood, Godwin, and Kirk
sounds like
on the
an
waiver.
8-man league or something, though. So.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, if you pick up Hollywood and he doesn't go off, you could probably pick up Kirk next week. And if he doesn't go off, you can pick up Godwin the next week. So it's okay. I think Kirk Cousins and Zay Flowers for Aaron Jones and Kamara. Yes, I would do that in a one quarterback league. London or Quinton Johnston, QJ, A Train, or Javante.
As far as like a starting option this week.
Yeah, I'm assuming you start one.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Javante would be the answer if that's the question. Kenneth Walker and Cup or for Moss, Dell, Higgins. So you clearly upgrade at running back. Yeah, I'm fine with this actually. I think let me clarify actually. If this is like a 3 wide receiver start, 3 and then 3 flex options, I like the Dell and Higgins side, but in a regular league where it's like 2 wide receivers and a flex,
I think giving up Kenneth Walker and Cup to get
Walker.
Moss. Yeah, I'm going Walker and Cup there personally.
Yeah.
Ford, go for it.
Ford plus A Chain for Aaron Jones. Huh.
Ford plus A Chain for Aaron Jones.
I struggle to think of anyone who has the depth at running back right now to do this move, but
I think I'm doing that if you're okay at running back.
I agree.
I'm doing that.
No worries. Okay, Kincaid or Musgrave this week. I'm going Musgrave.
Agreed.
Daniel says, which running backs should I start this week? Need 2. Madison, Mixon, Connor, Swift. Good Lord.
I'm going Mixon and Swift. I think you can't sit Swift right now.
Yeah,
he's kind of balling out right now.
These are all players that I think that you need to start.
Agreed.
Mixon, oddly enough, has the hardest matchup versus the Titans, but he's also used in the air. So would go. Yeah, I guess the answer is Swift and Mixon.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
Yeah. Herbie, choose 3 to start. Cook, Amari, Kyron, Joe. This is where I will go Amari, Kyron, and James. I think I'll go James over Joe this week, personally.
Okay. Palmer or Garrett Wilson. This week I'm going Palmer.
Agreed.
Is Zach Moss a start over Jacobs this week? This week I would still be going Josh Jacobs, but Zach Moss is a top 15 to 17 running back for me in rankings. So
yeah, I'm going Josh Jacobs.
Daniel says I traded Mostert for Pittman and Brandon Cooks. Good or not? I'm 3-0. Mostert for Pittman and Brandon Cooks. I don't know, dude. I feel like you could have gotten more, Daniel, if I'm honest with you. Like,
when we say more, I think we say bigger names.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of sending like what has been so far a superstar. We like the idea of trading Mostert, but I don't like the idea of like getting 2 guys that I can start. Like, I would much rather have Mostert straight up for another name, like a Higgins that we've been talking about, like a Calvin Ridley, a Waddle. So
yeah, which means that you could have gotten more. So I felt like you could have traded for Higgins, and then you could have the argument like, look, he's been bad. Most has been consistent. Can you throw me T. Higgins and a Christian Kirk or Zay Jones or Elijah Moore or a Brandon Cooks who hasn't been showing how valuable he is so far. So that's what we mean that you could have gotten more. Mostert. Okay, who to start and should any replace Cooper and flex? So Mostert, Kyron, Mixon, Connor. I think you start Mostert and Kyron, and then you start Cooper in the flex. I would start Cooper over Mixon. Yeah, personally.
Trevor, what's up, Trevor? I traded Kittle and Dalvin for Ramondre Stevenson. Is that good? Kittle and Dalvin for Ramondre. I mean, if you don't, if you have a tight end that you can stream, then yes, because Dalvin clearly is not a startable asset, and Stevenson is clearly the better asset at a more difficult position, maybe. Joseph says, I have Flowers, D-Hop, Thomas on my bench. Do I drop one for a tight end? Depends on what tight end's available, my man. I mean, if you're saying, like, do I drop it for Gerald Everett? No, absolutely not. But, if there's a Evan Ingram for some reason, or, like Hunter Henry maybe. But, yeah. My starters, okay, gotcha. Patrick Mahomes says, PPR, keep 2, Dobbs, McLaurin, or Wilson. I'll say the answer is not Dobbs if Watson plays. So
Agreed.
Dobbs, if Watson plays, Dobbs would be the one I'm sitting. If Watson does not play, then I would probably sit Wilson.
Agreed.
Pick 3: Ford, Achane, Godwin, or Hopkins.
I'm going the first 3.
Yeah, I'm with you. Should I trade Travis Kelce for Mark Andrews and Puka? I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Deathlord says at this point, it would have to take a Travis Etienne injury for Tank Bigsby to be fantasy relevant. I kind of agree with you there. Pickett or Stroud. Agreed. I'm going Stroud.
Agreed.
Gabe Davis or Tutu. I'm going Tutu.
Agreed.
Crazy. Ridley. Yes, definitely pick up Calvin Ridley. That's crazy. Johnny.
Yeah.
Flex, Tank, Sutton, Ford, Hall, or Davis. This would be Tank me.
Yeah, I'm going Tank.
Hanson, What's up? Who wins this trade? Brian Robinson and Downs versus Palmer and Waller. Give me Palmer and Waller.
Yep, agreed. No worries.
No worries. Is Jacobs worth a first-round pick in Dynasty? If I have Josh Jacobs, I'm definitely not selling him for less than a first.
Agreed.
Gabriel says 14-team PPR start 1 flex. Jaden Reed, Josh Downs, Johnson, or Rashawn.
If Christian Watson doesn't play, I'm going to Reed here. If he does play,
what if he does play?
If he does play here,
probably Rashawn.
This one's tough. Yeah, it's Rashawn here, but I think Quentin can at least see at least 6 targets. But what those targets look like, you know, how many points can he really get? We'll wait and see. But yes, Roscoe for I guess a quote unquote safe floor. Raiders Nation for life. How you doing, man? Nice video this week. Love the format. Which 2 this week? Etienne, Mixon, Moss, and Gibbs. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys liked it. A lot of great feedback so far from those videos.
Yeah.
Look, you start Etienne without a doubt. I think it has to be Etienne and Mixon for me. But Moss is a close second.
Yeah. This would be between Etienne and so obviously you start Etienne. Then I'm trying to decide between Gibbs. It would be Mixon.
Appreciate you so much, though, Dave.
Yeah, what's up, Alan? Welcome in. We have a super chat. We have a couple. First one's from Daniel, so we'll get to that straight away. Musgrave or Henry rest of season? And I'm going to Luke Musgrave for rest of season, as crazy as that sounds. Yeah, give me Luke. I like the rookie. We talked about him on the Dynasty channel. I remember when we were first scouting him, we made a video and I said this is a Hercules of a man, and we're seeing that. Dude's a freak athlete, and he's getting in space. They're getting him open.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I like Hunter Henry and I like Luke Musgrave. I think they're both can. At the moment, it looks like they're both going to be trending to finish at least top 12, top 10. So I'm happy with either one. I would say Luke Musgrave because he's on the higher performing offense compared to Hunter Henry. So yeah, I'll go Luke as well.
We got another super chat from Kevin Hunter. Kevin, thank you for the donation. Very kind of you. We'll answer your question straight away here. 3 wide receiver, full PPR. Should I trade Puka for Jacobs? I have Henry, Javonte, and Gus. My wide receivers are JJ, Evans, Ayuk, Hollywood, and Puka. Or what running back can I get? So would you trade Puka Nacua for Josh Jacobs, Bedaki?
Your running backs are Henry, Javonte, and Gus. Wide receivers are JJ, Evans, Ayuk, Hollywood.
Need a running back. This is what it sounds like.
I would say, I think this is also one where you can get more. Is that crazy to say?
I don't think you can anymore.
Would you tear down from JJ and get?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you tear down and then get somebody else and like a wide receiver?
No, I wouldn't. I would keep the best player on my team.
This one's tough.
I would do this. I would do this because look.
How many wide receivers?
If you only look at the first 3 weeks, it would be stupid to say take Jacobs over Puka, but that's not how fantasy works. That's not how the NFL works. Things change, right? What we do know is Josh Jacobs still has top 5 usage in the NFL, top 5 snap percentage, and we expect him to be better. Maybe he's not the guy he was last year, but he certainly isn't the guy that he's shown through the first 3 weeks. But I hear what you're saying. Like, maybe my counter would be Puka plus Hollywood, for example, right? Puka plus Hollywood for Jacobs and I'm going to name a couple wide receivers. For Jacobs and Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle, you know? So can you somehow add Hollywood and then upgrade Hollywood in that deal? That's what I would, that would be my counter.
I hear you. I think the only reason why I was thinking like, so my thought process here, Kevin, and hopefully you can understand what I'm thinking here. Like, I know someone, I think of names like a James Cook that I can get, that these names aren't as big of a purchase value to acquire like a James Cook and get like a Josh Jacobs.
I don't think it's any cheaper to get James Cook right now.
And that's why maybe it's skewed from my perspective, but I just wanted to get it out there because I'm thinking Josh Jacobs' name value is, I think anyone would want Josh Jacobs still over.
I don't think so.
James Cook. I could be wrong.
I disagree.
But can it be like a James Cook and a Tank Dell, a Nico Collins? That's kind of the thought process I was thinking because of how great Puka has been. But hopefully that helps, man. I understand if you want to take this trade. I'm not opposed to taking it. I'm just thinking of what other format of that trade can I do, of doing like a 2-for-1 or 2-for-2 or a 1-for-2.
Okay.
So that's kind of my thought process there, Kevin.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. We do appreciate it. Nick says, enjoy your night. I actually have 6 first-round picks next year with Sam Howell as my main quarterback. Other quarterbacks are Andy Dalton, Winston, Josh Dobbs, and Zach Wilson. That's crazy.
Well, he's been balling out with Josh Dobbs then, probably.
Yeah. Deathlord says, who would you trade Derrick Henry for between these running backs? I would trade Derrick Henry for any one of the running backs you just listed.
Agreed.
I would rather have the running backs that you just listed over Derrick Henry. And I got wrecked for saying that after week 1. And I think everyone's on the same page now. Alan says, accept trade offer, ? Give Addison and Deontay Johnson. Get T. Higgins. Addison and Deontay Johnson for T. Higgins. I already have A.J. Brown, Ridley, Puka Nacua, and Jameson Williams, I think that is. This is one of those rare scenarios, Alan, where I don't want the best player right now because I'm trying to make sense of my thoughts here. Jordan Addison is not a player I want to trade away. I think Jordan Addison gets more involved. I think he eventually takes the wide receiver 2 role, more routes run every single week, more involved in this offense, in one of the highest passing volume offenses in the NFL right now. I do not want to send away Jordan Addison. It's far too early. You've already seen good things. He's a rookie. His role will grow. He'll get more targets, more opportunities, more fantasy points. Addison's not someone I want to send. However, I would be willing to send away someone else with Deontay Johnson to get T. Higgins. Can you send Jameson Williams and Deontay Johnson for T. Higgins? That's what I would do. Otherwise, no, I'm not doing this deal.
Javonte Williams? Yeah.
I think that's Jameson. Otherwise, he would have said running back.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, I get what Zach's saying there. Yeah, I'm happy to do something along those lines. So,
Muskrat or Waller? I'm going Waller.
Well, yeah, I'm going Waller. I was so confused. I was genuinely trying to figure out who the hell he was saying there. I was like, what? Yeah. But I'm glad you got it. I have Lawrence, Ingram, and Mixon. Should I trade them for Mahomes and Kelsey? If you're good at running back, yes.
Absolutely.
If you're good at the running back position, like if Mixon is a huge part of that loss, then no. Flex spot 12-man PPR: Watson, Hollywood, or Dell. Christian Watson, Hollywood, or Tank. I feel more comfortable starting Tank. Yeah, I'm starting Tank coming into this week over Watson. Hunter, PPR 10-man quarterback pickup: Goff, Play, Jones, or Purdy. Okay, so Goff, Jones, or Purdy. I think all these guys are great starts. I don't think they're bad options here.
I would. Yeah, so I guess the question is, do I want to start? I would start Brock Purdy. That's my answer.
You see, he has the best matchup against the Cardinals. So yeah, I hear you. Mixon or Brian Robinson. I'm going Mixon there.
Same.
Corey, start 3. Puka, Ayuk, Dell, McLaurin. You go Puka, Ayuk, and Dell.
Yep.
Don't overthink it. Scary Terry or Tank Dell this week. Tank Dell.
Yep.
Being
I'm with
tired.
you.
Yep. Cat for like pick up CJ Stroud or do I deal Hurts? I mean, depending on.
Sorry.
I would say it depends on how big of a deal you can get for Hurts. But it sounds like a 1 quarterback, which I don't think you can probably get much. We'll see. Blitzy, Moss, Lockett, Dubs, or Palmer at flex. I think we'll go Lockett here. You agree?
Yes.
Okay. Calf.
I'm struggling though between Moss and Lockett. Honestly, dude, I'm going Zach Moss.
All good.
I can't
Calf
believe
for life.
I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth.
I'm 0-3. Do I start unloading?
Nah. Way too early, guys. Way too early. I mean, we always say this because it's happened in our own home league, but it was about 2 years ago. I started 1-7 in our home league. I started 1-7, guys. I won 6 games in a row. I finished 7-7. I made the playoffs, and I sweeped the playoffs. I won a championship. 0-3 is no way. Way too early to panic. If you were saying I'm 0-5, do I start panicking? No, you don't panic.
You call it quits. You drop everyone on your team when you're 0-5. No. All jokes, all love, man. Gio, should I trade Miles Sanders for Christian Kirk? I'm still keeping Miles Sanders personally. As much as I love Kirk. Russell, trade Godwin and Laporta. I have TJ Hawkinson for Christian Watson. Godwin and Laporta for Christian Watson. I have TJ Hawkinson. I think I would keep Godwin and Laporta. And I think you can trade Hawkinson for even higher price and tier up in a different way. That's what I would do. I think he's saying
he already did it. Traded Godwin and Laporta for Watson. And yeah, I think you could have gotten maybe more. But
yeah, I think you could have gotten more, especially the way Laporta is playing. But look, it's not a terrible trade. Just think that we would have wanted to take advantage of how much more we could have gotten. John M. PPR, choose 3 to start. Kyron, Mostert, Connor, Swift. I'm going Kyron, Mostert, and Swift. I'm 0-3 as well, but I'm going to make another team better. I'm just going to ride it out. Yeah, I hear you. OG, I have 3 flex spots and 4 wide receivers I'm choosing from. Who should I start this week? Evans, Myers, Hollywood, Judy. Yeah, it would come down to Jacoby Myers for Jimmy G for me. So I'm going Judy, Evans, and Myers. But if Jimmy G doesn't start, I'm happy to start Hollywood Brown. That's what I would say. Not sure about you.
So I guess I'm confused. Like, are we picking 4 wide receivers or 7 players altogether here?
I have no idea, but I think for me, this what it sounds like to me is like I have 3 flex spots and 4 wide receivers. Which 3 should I start?
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, so right, yeah. I mean Evans, Myers, Judy if he plays, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If Jimmy plays, if not, you start Hollywood.
If Judy plays, we don't know what's going on with him.
Right, I hear you. You start Kenneth Walker there, Steel Mom, no doubt about it. Would you drop Tyler Higbee for Njoku or Zach Ertz? Yes, I would. I would do it for Njoku.
I don't think I would because Njoku's been arguably worse than Higbee, unless I'm misremembering that.
No, he hasn't been as consistent, but I think he'll get more involved. I think I would where you're coming from.
Keep Higbee there myself.
No worries. Patrick Mahoney, PPR start 3, Palmer, Myers, Mims, Lockett, Kelly. You go Lockett, Palmer, Myers. Even if Jimmy G doesn't play, I'm still starting Myers. Over Kelly and Mims there. Cat for life, 14 team, and all 13 guys are girls. 14 league, and all 13 guys and girls are scared to press the button. Just picked up Palmer and Musgrave. Do I try to move Khalil Herbert for Tyler Algier? I think it's a even swap, personally.
Yeah.
Doesn't move the needle for me.
Do you want leftover chicken noodle soup, or leftover chicken nuggies? Whatever. What are you feeling?
Should I stack most of the Achan, or replace Achan with Ford?
You skip Deathlord at this point through 3 weeks.
Oh, sorry.
Who's been your biggest fantasy bust? Oh,
I feel like there's a couple. Jahan Dotson,
yeah.
I think has been a bust off the top of my head.
I would say Justin
Um,
Fields, to be honest.
Justin Fields has been up there. I would say DJ Moore because of Justin Fields. It's not he hasn't even been a bust. It's just been like not the highest ceiling as we expected. Kenny Pickett as well.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Should I stack Mostert, Achane, or replace Achane with Ford? That is a great question.
I'm still rocking with Ford personally.
Yeah. I'm
Not
with
that I
you.
don't not that I don't believe in Devon. It's just
So Mostert
I
and
think
Ford.
it's just so skewed right now. Yeah, I would go there.
I am with you. All right. Trey says, should I trade Aaron Jones? And if so, what should I try to get? Depends, man. I mean, how many running backs do you have? Are you comfortable? I mean, what are the needs of your team? What offers can you get? I mean, put them on the block and see what options come through. M. Max says, which side is better rest of season, Collins and Lockett or Watson and JSN? Probably
Nico
Collins and Lockett.
Yeah, I'm going Nico and Lockett there.
Miles Sanders or Kyron Williams or Alvin Kamara, who are the better two players? I guess if you're asking us this week, it would be Kyron and Alvin for me.
Agreed.
Who would you offer to the 0-3 team who has JJ? Travis, I just made a video today specifically about buying Josh Jacobs. He's one of the buy lows I brought in the video today, so check out the channel. Just released that video. And I talk about, over 10 names. Mr. Green says, need full PPR, need a wide receiver 2, running back 2, and flex. I got Keenan Allen and Pollard on, and then, okay, so you start Puka at wide receiver 2. At running back, you start Kyron Williams. And at flex, you start probably Alvin Kamara.
I think I'm going Pittman.
Okay.
It's not that I don't want to start Alvin Kamara, but the way Pittman's been getting these targets, I think you got to ride with that. And I think Alvin is going to get some targets on the ground and in the air. Maybe he finds a touchdown. But I think Pittman is just a lot more valuable this week specifically until we know what Alvin does.
Hey, by the way, 70 people watching the stream. Can you do us a favor? Go ahead and smash that like button. It's just a really simple way for you to support what we do to help the channel grow. As we help you set your lineups, just a simple way to return the favor is to hit the like button for us. Drop a super chat if you want your question answered straight away. Otherwise, we'll go in order. We'll probably go for another 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
My running back room is Pacheco, Kamara, Ford, Achane, and Rashawn. Do you think packaging Ford, Achane, or Pacheco would be a fair offer for Aaron Jones? Okay, so Ford and Achane.
You know what? I personally think so. Just because of the hype of Achane right now. Achane. Whatever. I mean, I'm going to be so annoyed at myself.
Achane. I personally would not be wanting to send Ford and Achane for Aaron Jones myself, just personally with the state of the running back room, how injured these running backs are this year. But if you could send Ford and Pacheco, I absolutely would do that.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, Ford and Pacheco. Try it out. Yeah, because I think I would rather have Kamara, Ford, and Aaron Jones long term. I agree. I hear you.
Would you trade McLaurin for Wilson? No, because there's as much as Wilson's a buy low for me, there's a much clearer path to good quarterback play for Terry, and that's the guy who's sitting behind Hal right now. Jose says, now that Mike Williams is out for the season, who's a better wide receiver? If you need to start right now in the next couple of weeks, it's Josh Palmer. If you are comfortable at wide receiver and you need a long-term upside play, that's Johnston.
Agreed.
Is it possible to trade Derrick Henry for Bijan? Not if anyone knows what they're doing in fantasy, no.
Yeah.
Mark and Souls says, sup, fella? Waller Higbee. Waller and Steelers or Browns.
I'm going Browns.
Who did the Steelers play?
The Steelers play the Texans, who, before week 3 gave them the most sacks in the first 2 weeks. But you know who didn't give up a sack in week 3? The freaking Texans.
Right, yeah. I get you.
How annoying is that? I actually might go Steelers. Excuse me.
Okay.
I think,
Chark or Michael Thomas? definitely Michael Thomas because we believe that Bryce Young is back. Sam, 12-team Superflex PPR start 10. I successfully tanking, so my running back room is disgusting. Samaje or Kelly? Samaje.
What has Samaje done?
What has Kelly done in a full-time role?
In a full-time role. R.I.P. I'm going Samaje.
Oh. Tank Dell or Deontay Johnson? Tank Dell.
Tank Dell. Deontay's not even playing.
I think he just means long-term. Travis.
Long-term. Okay, right.
14-team league, 1 flex spot. Should I keep Pollard, Walker, Kamara, and Montgomery, or should I look to trade one? What do you think?
Pollard, Walker, Kamara. I mean, if you were to trade one, I'm happy to trade Monty. I want to keep Pollard, Walker, and Kamara long-term.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And see what you can get there.
Gio, should I... Hey, guys, who do I start? Reynolds or Reed? Gotta go Reed. After
I think
the goose egg from Josh, right?
I would say this: if Christian Watson plays, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would go Reed.
Okay.
I would go Josh Reynolds. I think he would bounce back this week, Josh Reynolds. But if Christian Watson doesn't play, I'm going Reed. I think I kind of said that already.
I think I lean Reed either way, just because we have seen an outcome in which Reynolds goose eggs and 0 targets. It's not like it was a goose egg on 7 targets. It was a goose egg on no targets.
Yeah, I hear you.
So for me, I just think he's shown us that he has a lower floor regardless. Mm-hmm. Drop Ertz or for Njoku or Muth. Definitely for Muth. James says running back at flex. Okay.
Najee.
I think you're right.
Najee at the flex, and then Kirk or Godwin at my flex in my other league. I'm going Kirk.
What's the status with Zay Jones?
I think he didn't practice again today, but I could be wrong.
Okay, if he doesn't play, I'm with you.
Report. Yeah.
Mochi. 10 PPR 1 flex league. Should I trade Mostert and Devontae Adams? Excuse me, for Pollard and Cooper. Mostert and Adams for Pollard and Cooper. I like that. I really do. I would rather have Pollard and Cooper.
Agreed.
I know Mostert's RB1 right now, but I just do not believe that's an indication of what's to come rest of season. Super chat from Russell here. What's up, Russell? Thank you for the love, man. I think I may be able to redo the trade and make it Brian Robinson plus Laporta for Watson. But what type of wide receiver would you go for with T Hawk? Right. So I'm trying to remember
his team.
I'm trying to remember the trade that he sent earlier.
It was like Ramon trade. No, I think that was a different one.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. Like overall, because I can't remember exactly how to answer this one. I prefer Brian Robinson and Laporta over Christian Watson. And if the question is, what wide receiver can you get for TJ Hawkinson? I think you can get a pretty penny for him right now. Because if I'm not mistaken, he's the tight end 1 on the year. I could be wrong. Let me know. But can you get a Devonta Smith? Can you get a Calvin Ridley? Can you get an AJ Brown?
There's a lot of bigger names you can get. I mean, you can go to CeeDee, who hasn't been performing.
CeeDee Lamb,
Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, and Amon-Ra, who's injured.
I wouldn't do Olave because of the Derek Carr injury, but I'm with you with everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many names you can go out and get right now for TJ Hawkinson, especially in that positional advantage.
Okay, someone just put Jordan. I'm sorry, bro, but if you're gonna put the same question in that many times, come on, dude. You've been hidden from the channel. I'm sorry. Can't deal with that.
Unlucky. I mean, if you would have waited, we would have gotten to you.
If you just waited, if you're just patient, like
we were coming.
You're gonna put your question in 20 times in the chat. Come on, man.
Yeah,
patience is a virtue.
But yeah, hopefully that helps there, Russell. We appreciate you in the super chat once again, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, where we are? Where are
Alex.
we? Alex. Someone dropped Lawrence in my league. Should I stash him? I have Hurts. It sounds like a one league, one quarterback league. I don't see the point unless you have like Jalen Hurts and a Baker Mayfield or Jalen Hurts and you had Derek Carr. Maybe I'll drop him for that, but because you have a bye week coming soon, there's no point in picking him up in a one quarterback league, in my opinion. Travis, one QB league. Am I rolling with Russ or Fields? I'm going Fields. Should I try to buy low on Kyler Murray? I don't think I can trust Russ or Fields coming playoffs. In a one quarterback league, I'm assuming there's a lot more. There's other quarterbacks potentially on your waiver wires that you can probably roll with over Justin Fields, especially during the playoff time. I will say wait and see how Fields performs so far, but I don't know if I want to pay for Kyler Murray.
I just think in a non-dynasty, just regular one quarterback redraft league, I can't think of like a valuable player on my team that I would trade for a one quarterback or for a quarterback like Kyler Murray. I love him in dynasty. He's someone I've talked about buying a bunch. Love him in superflex. Even like if this is a superflex league, I'd be like, yeah, go buy low on Kyler Murray. He'll be back at some point. But I would roll with those two for now, just because I would rather have the roster spot than 3 quarterbacks in a one quarterback league. And for this week, I'm going Russ. Because as bad as the Denver defense is, so has the Broncos, or so has the Bears been. So this week, I am going Russ over Fields. Russ has actually been good. Like, that's the difference between these two guys. Both of their teams are 0-3, but Russell Wilson is the quarterback 9 on the year. He's had an over 30-point game. So as much as I think Fields is going to bounce back and have a good game, I think Russ is the better play here. So yeah, hopefully that is a good answer. We have another question, another super chat here from Bernard. Bernard, thank you for the super chat. We'll get to your question straight away. Should I start Johnston, Collins in the flex? Let's start there. I think we're both going Nico Collins. And then the next question is, and I have Ravens defense. Should I stream Texans, Vikings, Jags, Broncos, Seahawks? Okay, I would be going Ravens defense of the options that he presented. Let me know if you see that differently.
Yeah, I'm okay to go Ravens there. I'm okay to go Ravens.
Yeah, I just think they're the best defense, and the Broncos would, like, if the Broncos were who they were last year and they had this matchup versus the Bears, it'd be like, hell yeah, go Broncos. Agreed. But who the hell are they now? We don't know. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Mr. Unknown, Mr. 305 Worldwide. Start 2. Higgins, Metcalf, Flowers, Collins, Palmer. Thank you. Love the videos. Very kind of you.
Man, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Higgins, Metcalf, Flowers, Collins, Palmer. This would be Higgins, Metcalf for me.
Agreed. Completely agree. Yeah, you have to start those two guys. Higgins will have a bounce back game, and Metcalf is playing the Giants, who he played last year and he had a great game. Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Baraxi, PPR play 2. Brian Robinson, Devon A-Chain, Zach Moss, Breece Hall, Najee Harris. Play 2. This would be Zach Moss and
Who is Brian?
I was going to say Brian, but he has literally the worst matchup.
Plays the Eagles.
I think it's Zach Moss and Devon.
And Devon, I think I might go Najee. But it's hard to say.
It's Zach Moss and Devon for me.
No worries.
Well, someone just became a member, by the way. Russell just became a member over on the YouTubes. Thank you, man. Really appreciate you. You will now have your loyalty badge, which, by the way, grows over time. Right now, you have the baby goat, and then eventually you'll turn into the golden goat.
Here we go.
So you'll get your name kind of standing out there in the chat. Appreciate the love and the support, man. Very kind of you supporting the channel there. Jay Judah says, got offered A-Chan and Flowers for Waddle. Dang, that is an interesting one. If A-Chan is like a disposable asset for you, then I would do it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Mark. Jay Judah is back, says Anthony Richardson or Jordan Love rest of season. I'm going A-Rich.
Yeah, you have to go. You have to go A-Rich there. Death Lord, I have Tony Pollard. Is there anything you would trade? You would trade him for, or is he hold the rest of the season? I would be holding him.
Hold, man.
Really, yeah.
I mean,
I completely agree.
There's a league I'm in where I'm 1 and 2, and I have Bijan and Pollard as my running backs. Somehow I'm 1 and 2. I'm just like, there's no way I'm trading these guys away. You know, there's not a trade that would make sense to do it.
Yeah, I would agree. Michael, I'm in a 3 flex league and struggling who to start between Derrick Henry, Brian Robinson, Jerry Judy, Dub, Zach Moss, Connor. Need 3 to start. Okay. I'm going Zach Moss. I know Derrick Henry hasn't been great. I'm going Derrick Henry, and I think I'm going James Conner.
Yeah, I think I would agree with
Zach Moss and James Conner.
I would agree with everything you just said. I'm with you. By the way, I just saw Judas say that he has Waddle. So he wants to know if he should get Devon and Flowers. Here's what I'll say. If you need help at running back, I'm fine with this deal. Typically, I want the best player in the trade, but I'm fine with this deal if you need help at running back. Tingley says, should I try to get Ridley with Puka? Yeah, I would prefer Calvin Ridley rest of the season. What about you?
I agree.
Okay.
I would prefer rest of the season as well.
Weird question. PPR pick 2, Ridley, Amon-Ra, Mark Cooper. Will Ridley have a revenge game? Ridley is oh yeah, he's playing the Falcons. He could.
Oh, revenge game in London town.
Regardless, this would be Ridley and Amon-Ra for me there.
Agreed. I completely agree.
Would you trade Justin Jefferson for Bijan? My wide receivers would be Diggs and Debo. My running backs would be Pollard, Henry, and Bijan. I would stick with JJ.
Agreed.
Hopkins, Kyron, or Tank Dell at the flex. This would be Kyron for me.
Kyron or Tank Dell at the flex. Yes, I'm going Kyron as well.
Yeah, I know it wasn't good last week, but it has been good. It's a good matchup, and he still was targeted 7 times. They just weren't accurate targets. Jose says, is Khalil Herbert worth stashing, or should I drop him and pick up Breida and stash on my bench? Breida is definitely not a stash. Breida is a spot start, right? When Saquon is back, Breida is completely pointless. So unless you are picking up Breida to start him, then no, you leave him on the waivers.
Agreed.
Alex says, I'm 3-0 in my redraft league and then stacked at wide receiver. Should I make a move? I have Lamar, CMC, Cook, Waddle, Flowers, DK, Hawk, Pittman, Monty, Kelly, A-Rich, Jaden Reed. No, dude, you're stacked at every position. You're 3-0. Don't overthink it. Keep riding the wave.
I completely agree. Do you think, brother? Would you drop Najee? Do you keep or drop Najee? You keep Najee Harris. You don't drop him there. BM, start Michael Thomas or Josh Palmer with cup returns. Okay, so Michael Thomas or Palmer. We're going Palmer this week.
Agreed.
With cup returns, drop Myers, Moore, Thomas, or Palmer.
Jeez, that sucks. You have to make that decision. Why BM, just come back to the channel, and when you have to make that decision, let's answer it, because it's too early. You don't need to drop any of these guys right now, and you know it's just too early to say. Let's see what the next couple weeks go, how they go, and you know when Cup is back, then we'll have to make that decision. We don't need to cross that bridge yet. Brad says I traded Swift and Mostert for Jacobs.
I think you just I don't think you got enough.
Yeah, I think you could have got more.
That's what I would say, Brad.
Even though Josh Jacobs is a buy low for me, I think you bought him at a premium.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is the type of prices you were probably. Yeah, you could have gotten the way Swift is playing and Mostert, who was RB1. You could have got Jacobs and somebody else at least. Sorry about that, brother. Just want to be transparent.
Yeah.
10-man non-PPR. I have Lawrence, Ingram, and Mixon. Do I trade them away for Justin Herbert and Tyreek Hill, or would it be better to deal for Mahomes and Kelsey? Lawrence, Ingram, and Mixon.
God. If you can get Mahomes and Kelsey, don't overthink it.
Agreed.
But either way, I would prefer the Tyreek side of that deal as well. So, Cap says, bros, just got offered. Someone offered me AJ Dillon for Herbert. I mean, Cap for life. Your name is Cap for life, and this is in all caps, but it made me excited to read the question. And then I read the question, and I was like, this question is not even fun. You only use all caps if it's fun or serious.
Only if it's fun or serious. Look, this is not. I personally would rather have Herbert, but I don't really care for either, to be honest. Michael. Jordan, then
Ohio.
Okay, never mind. Ohio, Hopkins, Kyron. I think we answered this. We said Kyron. Brad, he said Moss, Kendra, Bourne. Okay, you go Moss here. Brad, 10 PPR. 2-1. I'm in an 8. Team PPR and projected even this week. Would you flex Zay Flowers, Nico, George Pickens, Zach Moss over Rashad
This would be Zach
White?
Moss for me, baby. Crazy.
That is crazy. I'm gonna rock with you. Let's rock the Zach Moss and see what happens.
No, you're good, Ohio. Russell says, thank you guys for the help today. It was cool to chime in live finally. We're glad to have you, man. Appreciate the support
all up, man.
and the
We
love.
appreciate you. Mm-hmm.
Ryan says, what receiver do y'all think I could get for Kyron? Okay, so let's quickly talk about that. Kyron Williams, I think you get Calvin Ridley. I think you get T. Higgins off a bad performance. You might be able to get a Waddle who's been injured and not available. An Ayuk who's coming off an injury potentially. Those are some names that come to mind for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe a Smith
lot of
after a
people.
bad game, or a Olave if someone's worried about the quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not CeeDee Lamb, but that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We just got a super chat from Nando's World. I want to know where you're from, Nando's World. Wait, Nando's isn't only in Australia; it's in the UK as well, right?
Could be from London town, huh?
Are you from London town, man?
London
in the UK.
London town. You see Jamie in the streets, he's dead. He's dead. Shout out to Top Boy. Miss you every day. Have you watched Top Boy?
No.
You should. You don't like that gangster shit, huh?
Family friendly stream.
Family friendly.
But you
shit,
know I
you're
love the
right.
gangster shit.
No.
RB1 Pollard, Saquon, Javante. I guess so. Like, is the question? I'm
Who to
not sure what the
start?
question is. Is it the question like Javante, Brian, and A-Chain? Is that the question? Because if that's the question, I would go Javante.
Yes, I would go Javante with this matchup this week. You start Pollard, you start Saquon if he plays. Oh, maybe this is it. Pollard, you start. If Saquon doesn't play, you start Javante.
Right. And if
Maybe-
Saquon does play and you need a flex that you're asking between those other names, maybe Javante.
Yeah, agreed. there.
Make says also, who would you drop for those options? My last question. If you had to drop one, it would probably be. Jeez, why would you drop one of those guys? I guess Nate, man, maybe Nico. Caleb,
That's a tough one.
I traded Joe Mixon, Pat for Hawkinson. Was that a good deal? Joe Mixon and Pat for Hawkinson. If you're comfortable at the running back spot, I like it. Drop Kicks, what's up, man? He says, should I trade Pickens for Laporta? Wide receivers I have now. Okay. Pickens for Laporta. If that drastically upgrades your tight end spot, I mean, actually, either way, you know, if you need a tight end, that's a great deal. I like that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Michael Thomas or Palmer? We answered this one. We would go Palmer this week.
Mm-hmm.
And too early to answer a question about when Cup returns. We actually already answered this question already. My bad. Mochi says, should I start Zay or Ford at flex? I would go Zay because he's still getting 10 targets. We got a report today that there is 7 injured wide receivers for the Ravens. How's that possible? How is that possible?
It was OBJ, Rashad Bateman.
I know. Like, who are the other set? Like, I don't
Was
know.
Nelson Aguilar hurt? I don't know. Yeah, let's go Zaza here. Matthew, should I trade Nico and Miles Sanders and a 3rd round pick in 2024 in this dynasty? Okay, Nico and Miles Sanders and a 3rd round pick.
What for?
What for, Matthew? For Kenneth Walker, he says.
Oh.
Nico, Miles Sanders, and a 3rd round pick for Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would do that as well.
Ohio.
We already answered it.
We did. Multiple
And he said
times,
sorry too above. He was like, "Oh, sorry, I put it twice," and then he does it again. Mental.
Okay.
Travis, would you trade away Sutton, Puka, Kamara, and Monty for Higgins, JT, and Brees? No. I don't know. Sutton is not the sexy part, but you're trading away Alvin Kamara, David Montgomery for Brees Hall and JT, 2 running backs you clearly can't
There's just
start
too
now.
much risk on the Higgins,
Yeah.
JT, and Brees side.
You
I
just
think.
can't like, yeah. I
There's
mean,
just
if
too much risk there.
Yeah, I agree. James Cook or Devon, I'm going James there.
Same.
Travis,
Appreciate
you guys
that.
are great. Thank you so much, man. No worries, Ohio. Ben, Tank, Dell, Michael Thomas, D Hop. We're going Tank. Mark Andrews or Kittle. Mark Andrews for Kittles and Flower.
Kittles. Like you said, Skittles or something.
Kittles and flour.
If
Aren't games for Kittle and flour?
I don't think I would do this. I think it's pretty even. Like unless it's a smaller league, I think I would keep Andrews for most of the part.
Yeah. Pick up both. I have Mostert, Kyron, and Cook. Which two should I start this week? I'm going. Oh, this one might have to be Kyron and Mostert.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I love James Cook though. Traded James Cook and Gibbs and received Eckler. My other running backs are Bijan and Swift. I think you can get. I don't think you can get more.
I'm fine with it.
I'm okay with it as well. Yeah. Where are we?
Alvin
here?
or Khalil Herbert? Definitely.
You start Alvin. I traded Miles Sanders.
We answered this one already. Matthew Russell says projected loss this week. Start 4, wide receiver and 3 flex. Okay, so we have to start 4. It would be Kyron in the flex. Then the wide receivers I would start would be Dell, Addison, and Judy. Assuming I can only start 1 running back. Oh, it's 3 flexes. My bad. So 1 wide receiver and 3 flexes.
You start 1 wide receiver.
So
I'm starting.
That would go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay, that would be Dell. Dell, and then I'm flexing Kyron, Addison, and Ramondre.
Exactly.
Okay. Got you. I would still keep my same answer. Do I start Nico or Ridley? Ridley. Miles Sanders, Joe Mixon, Zach Moss, D Swift. Start 3. Good God, that's a hard question. I think I would be sitting Sanders there.
Exactly.
Start Javonte Williams or Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders would be the answer because of the usage in the air. JT and Javonte or Bijan. Bijan.
Exactly.
Make COD great again says I have to drop 1. I hear ya, man. Trade James Cook and Jahmyr Gibbs for Eckler. I think we just answered this, no?
We just answered it, yeah.
And we said we would take Eckler. Downs, Quentin Johnston, Bourne, or Rashawn Johnson at flex. This would be
QJ for me.
Really? Okay.
I love it.
I will go Rashawn for now. Who do you start between Myers, Nico Collins, Thielen, or Ayuk? Jeez Louise, man. Ayuk.
Yep.
Yo, he's offering me Hollywood or Herbert. I mean, I'll take Hollywood for AJ Dillon, no question.
For AJ Dillon, 100%.
That's it for today, guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. We have been live for almost 2 hours now, so we did get through as many questions as we could. We'll be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or, actually, tomorrow we'll be live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be answering questions tomorrow before Thursday Night Football. Come join us then. If you want the fantasy hotline unlocked, which is a direct DM to us, then you can go ahead and sign up to the Mother Flocker tier.
That's right.
With our promo code LAND. I'll put that in the chat. Outside of that, we have 1 super chat, and then we're going to head off for the day and get some content recorded. Start 2, Moss, Terry, Dell, Watson, Najee. This would be Moss and Dell for me.
Dell, absolutely.
That's
Same
it.
For me. Appreciate
See
you guys.
soon. My rankings are updated on the Flock Fantasy website. Check out the description or the pinned comment, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All love.
All love.